Well, typical day for me. You guys know the story. I got home later than I really want to. We're back on a job site, an hour away from where I parked my truck. So we get off at 4. I got back to my truck around like 5:10, 5:15 today, and then I had to stop and get gas. Went and bought some bananas and some granola bars for my lunch this week. Also topped off my water jug. So, it was 5:45, pushing, 6 o'clock p.m. by the time I got home today. Immediately changed clothes, went out the door for a 4.5 mile run, which I'll throw the splits up for that here in a second. I forgot to do that beforehand. Pretty easy paced run. I ran up some good hills. I ended up pretty well sprinting the last half mile segment. Just because, I got to thinking about the dog mentality and stuff, and, just having that, mindset of being able to grit your teeth and, go after it. And a lot of people kind of come into that mentality with, perhaps a lot of anger, a lot of frustration, a significant chip on their shoulder. And I've been there before. I've lived probably pretty large part of my life with a chip on my shoulder. Just looking around at other people and asking, why they don't go do more. However, on today's run, there was none of that. I was in a pretty good mood, throughout the run, pretty happy. And then I came towards the end of it, and I was like, hey, what the heck, man? Let's sprint a half mile here. I want to be able to just kind of flip that switch and, dive into that ferocity anytime I need to. So 4.5 mile run, came home, did some push-ups. I smacked my elbow on our back door the other day. So my elbow is a little tender. I probably did like 50 push-ups altogether. And then I did, 1 or 2 sets of leg raises, just laying on the ground and throwing your legs up for a little bit of core work, a handful of sets of split squats, basically just to stretch the hip flexors. I came out here, I did a few more sets of, the split squats, and then, did some loo raises with like 5-pound plates, and then, did some of the overhead Y raises, I don't know what you want to call them, with 2.5-pound plates off camera, just to pump some blood into the upper back and sort of, the entire shoulder girdle. And then, moved over to the squats, took the bar for a few sets of 10, and then finally 135 for a set of 10, and that is, my workout today. My adductors are starting to get pretty tense from yesterday's workout, the 225 for 20. My adductors take a beating from squats more than anything else. The quads get sore after a big workout, the hamstrings and the glutes can get sore, but the adductors are always going to be sore after, a decent squat session for me. But anyways, with all that being said, I've, took some pictures of the scenery on my run today. I've got, a video or two thrown up at the end, sort of taking you guys on the run with me. It's some good scenery out there, man. I like that I can go out and kind of run where I do. It's pretty out there. And then I forgot to mention, after the run, I came home and had read my Bible for, 30 minutes or so. I read some out of Matthew where, Jesus tells us that we are the salt of the world, or the salt of the earth and the light of the world. And so from those, from that section of verses, I kind of took from that, we are called to, lead a different life. He says you are the salt of the earth, and what good is salt if it has, lost its flavor? So we're obviously meant to stand out and be different. And so that provided me with a little bit of reflection today. I'll definitely carry that, throughout my thoughts and hopefully my actions tomorrow. But that's, basically all I've got for today. Came home, hit a 4.5 mile run, did some reading in my Bible, did a little bit of overhead work or, push upper body work, and then, hit the squat for the day. And that's essentially it. And I hope you guys enjoy the videos coming up and the few pictures that I've shared with you. And, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Appreciate you all for watching.
Apologies for the shakiness of the video and being out of breath, but I just chucked it up this big hill. Ran it pretty hard. Tried not to slow down any. But I wanted to take you guys on a run with me for a minute and show you guys what kind of views I'm getting out here. It's beautiful out here in Kentucky, man. All of this stuff used to not be so grown up, and you can see a lot more. But there I am coming down the hill, and it's just beautiful, man. Let me get down here a little farther. Y'all might be able to see a little more. But this is awesome. I gotta go way down in here somewhere, and my house is back that way. But beautiful, man. Unbelievable out here. The top of that hill right back there, that's what I just came down from, and I already showed you guys how much farther down I have to go. You guys can hang on for just a minute. I'll get there. Gotta bank this turn here, go down a little hill, and then make a hard left switchback. Freaking beautiful out here. It's so peaceful. Awesome. Starting to get that cramp in my left trap, or right trap. Switch hands. Here we are, coming around this switch back here. And I don't know, I gotta go somewhere down in there where the trees dip, where you can't see them. That's where I'm headed back down to. So and just look at this. It's hard not to run when you got a view like this, man. Pretty skies, trees, nothing but the crickets and the birds chirping out here.
Distance 3.01 miles.
And of course some deer flies and horse flies and mosquitoes when it's hot, but luckily it's cooled down some. So I'm gonna finish the run out back home. So catch you guys tomorrow. Now, I know cameras aren't gonna do it justice, but I'm down here on that flat part now, And way up there, that's the hill I was just on top of, which I was on this side of it that you can't really see from down here. One second. You can see it a little better there. Top of the hill is way up there. And you gotta loop around and get up there. But all right, that's all I got for you. Y'all take it easy.